Good morning, student. Here I am with the chapter of history, nationalism in India. What is nationalism? A very simple definition. If we have some feeling about our nation, that is called nationalism. As far as we are concerned about Indian nationalism, as you know, British government ruled over India around 200 years. And these 200 years were very painful period in history of India. We struggled a lot for our freedom. The struggle of Indian people for the freedom of India is known as nationalism. In this chapter, according to the syllabus of NCERT, we are going to study from 1920 to 1935. In 1920 to 1935, basically we are going to study non-cooperation movement and civil disobedience movement. But before this, the story starts from 1915. As you know, the First World War broke out in 1914. Same time, during the war, Mahatma Gandhi came back from South Africa and joined Indian National Congress. Mahatma Gandhi struggled hard even in South Africa also. So after coming to India in 1915, Gandhiji visited different part of country and he tried to know the actual problem of people of India. So Gandhiji decided the idea of satyagraha. The idea of satyagraha, struggle for truth and non-violence. These were main weapon of Gandhiji. As you know, Mahatma Gandhi returned to India in January 1915. He had come from South Africa where he had successfully fought the racist regime with noble method of mass agitation, which he called satyagraha. The idea of satyagraha emphasized the power of truth and the need of search for truth. It suggested that if the cause was true, if the struggle was against injustice, then physical force was not necessary to fight the oppressor. Without seeking vengeance or being aggressive, a satyagrahi could win the battle through non-violence. This could be done by appealing to the conscience of the oppressor. People, including the oppressors, had to be persuaded to see the truth. Instead of being forced to accept truth through the use of violence, by this struggle, truth was bound to ultimate triumph. Mahatma Gandhi believed that this dharma of non-violence could unite all India. So it was very difficult to fight against British government with weapon. So Gandhiji developed the weapon of truth and non-violence. Truth and non-violence were the main weapon of Gandhiji. After arriving in India, Mahatma Gandhi successfully organized Satyagraha movement in various places. In 1916, he traveled to Champaran, Bihar, to inspire the peasants to struggle against the oppressive plantation system. So Gandhiji's first Satyagraha was in 1916 in Champaran. Then in 1917, he organized a Satyagraha to support the peasants of Kheda district of Gujarat. In 1917, Gandhiji organized Satyagraha in Kheda district of Gujarat affected by crop failure and a plague epidemic. The peasants of Kheda could not pay the revenue and were demanding the revenue collection be relaxed. In 1918, Mahatma Gandhi went to Ahmedabad to organize a Satyagraha movement among cotton mill workers. So Satyagraha, struggle for truth. First Satyagraha Gandhiji organized in Champaran district of Bihar, 1916. Second, Gandhiji organized in Kheda district of Gujarat in 1917. And third Satyagraha Gandhiji organized in Ahmedabad among the cotton mill workers. Meanwhile, in 1919, as the World War was over, the British government passed an act that is called Rowlatt Act. Actually, this act was also considered as a black act. Gandhiji in 1919 decided to launch a nationwide satyagraha against the proposed Rowlatt Act. So when the act passed, Gandhiji decided to start a nationwide satyagraha. Actually, this act had been hurriedly passed through the Imperial Legislative Council, despite the united opposition of Indian members. It gave the government enormous power to repress political activities and allowed detention of political prisoners without trial for 2 years. Mahatma Gandhi wanted non-violent civil disobedience against such unjust law, which would start with a hartal on 6 August. Actually, according to this Rowlatt Act, the person can be arrested and he will not be ट्राइड अप टू 2 ईयर, यानी कि किसी भी व्यक्ति को 2 साल तक पुलिस हिरासत में रखा जा सकता है. इफ़ ए पर्सन इज अरेस्टेड, देयर इज नो एनी जुडिशियल ट्रायल फॉर 2 years. So this Rowlatt Act also considered black law. So all over the country, under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, people opposed this Rowlatt Act. Rallies organized in various cities. Workers went in strike in railway workshop and shops closed down. Alarmed by the popular upsurge and scared that lines of communication such as railway and telegraph would be disrupted, the British administration decided to clamp down on nationalism. Local leaders were picked up from Amritsar and Mahatma Gandhi was banned from entering Delhi on 10 April. The police in Amritsar fired upon a peaceful procession, provoking widespread attacks on banks, post office and railway stations. Martial law was imposed and General Dyer took command. So in Punjab, the people were demonstrating against the British government. Again, one important incident took place there on 13 April. The famous Jallianwala Bagh incident took place. On that day, a large crowd gathered in the enclosed ground of Jallianwala Bagh. Some come to protest against the government's new repressive measures. Others had come to attend the annual Baisakhi fair. Being from outside the city, many villagers were unaware about the martial law. During that time, martial law was implemented in Punjab. So villagers were not aware about it. General Dyer entered the area, blocked the exit points and opened fire on the crowd, killing hundreds. His object, as he declared later, was to produce a moral effect to create in mind of Satyagrahi a feeling of terror and envy. So the aim of General Dyer was to create a terror among the mind of Satyagrahi. And this act is known as the heinous crime of the British government, because when people were peacefully celebrating their Baisakhi festival, they were fired by the British police, and all over the country, again the people opposed it. As the news of Jallianwala Bagh spread, crowds took to the streets in many North Indian towns. There was strike, clash with police, and attack on government buildings. The government responded with brutal repression, seeking to humiliate and terrorize people. Satyagrahi were forced to rub their nose on the ground. Again, this was an inhuman act. People were flogged and blazed around Gujranwala in Punjab, now in Pakistan, were bombed. Seeing violence spread, Mahatma Gandhi called off the movement. So when the people opposed this Jallianwala Bagh massacre, they strike in different places. The British police started suppress this movement. Because of the violent activity, Gandhiji called off this movement. So Rowlatt Satyagraha had been widespread movement and still limited mostly to cities and towns. तो Rowlatt Act का जो opposition हो रहा था, it was limited only up to the cities and the town. Mahatma Gandhi now felt the need to launch the more broad-based movement in India. Gandhi's aim was to make this movement nationwide. But he was certain that no such movement could be organized without bringing the Hindu and the Muslim closer together. Gandhi knows well the movement cannot be launched without unity between Hindu and the Muslim. One way of doing this, he felt, was to take up the Khilafat issue. The first world, okay, this time the Muslims were starting the Khilafat movement. So what was the Khilafat movement? Listen carefully, dear it. The First World War had ended with the defeat of Ottoman Turkey, right? And there were rumors that a Hras peace treaty was going to be imposed on the Ottoman Emperor. The spiritual head of Islamic world, the Khalifa, to defend the Khalifa's temporal power, Khilafat Committee was formed in Bombay in March 1919. Actually, during the First World War, British government and British army defeated to Turkey. The head of the Turkey was the Khalifa of Muslim community. So a rumor has came that the British government is imposing a harsh treaty against the Turkey. That is why Muslims of India also oppose it, and they started a movement in India. It came to be known as Khilafat Committee. It formed in 1919, and the founder of this Khilafat movement known as Ali brothers Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. Right? Again, please pay attention. During the Khilafat movement, during the First World War, British government defeated to Turkey, and the ruler of Turkey was the Khalifa of Muslim community. So there was a rumor British government imposed the harassing treaty upon Turkey. So the Indian Muslim supported in support of Turkey started the Khilafat movement in India. So this Khilafat committee formed in Bombay by Ali brothers, Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. Okay, so Gandhiji was very interested to make alliance with the Muslims, and Gandhi met two Ali brothers, and they decided to launch a movement against British government together. So here, during the Khilafat movement, the Muslim and Hindu leader came under one banner. Gandhiji saw this an opportunity to bring Muslims under the umbrella of his unified nation movement at the Calcutta session of Congress in September 1920. So finally, in 1920, there were two Indian National Congress conference held. First held in September. So when the Calcutta session of 1920, Gandhi decided to start a movement with Muslim leaders, because that time Muslims were also starting the Khilafat movement, and Gandhi's interest was to launch a non-cooperation movement. So Gandhiji saw this an opportunity to bring Hindu and Muslim in one banner. So Muslim leader also came with Mahatma Gandhi, and they launched a movement. It came to be known as the non-cooperation movement. What is the Khilafat movement? Again, I am telling you. During the First World War, British army defeated to Turkey. The ruler of Turkey was head of the Muslim community. He was known as the Khalifa. So there was a rumor that British government is going a harassing to impose a harassing treaty upon Islamic head Khalifa. So to defend Khalifa, the Muslim of India started a movement that came to be known as the Khilafat movement, and the founder of this movement were Ali brother Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. So Gandhiji saw this an opportunity to bring unity between Hindu and Muslim. So finally, in the Calcutta session of Congress in September 1920, the leaders of need to start a non-cooperation movement in support of Khilafat as well as for Swaraj. So ultimately, in Calcutta session of Congress in September 1920, Indian leader and Muslim leader decided to launch a non-cooperation movement against British government. Why non-cooperation? Okay, Gandhiji wrote a book in 1909, Hind Swaraj. Mahatma Gandhi declared the British rule was established in India with the cooperation of Indian and had arrived only because of the cooperation. So in this book, Gandhiji wrote, British government is ruling over India only with the support of Indian. If Indian will not cooperate with the British government will unable to rule over India. This was the Gandhi thinking which he wrote in his book Hind Swaraj. So now, Gandhiji made friendship with Muslim leader, and they toured all over country. Mahatma Gandhi and Ali brothers visited different part of country, and Gandhiji organized meeting and told people about the satyagraha, about the non-violence, because it was not possible to fight mighty power with weapons. It was quite understood. So Gandhiji started a non-violence and satyagraha movement. So to bring unity among the people, Mahatma Gandhi and Ali brothers Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali visited in different part of country and awakened to people about the Khilafat movement and about the exploitative nature of British government. Because British government not supporting to Indian, after the First World War, a black law passed. It came to be known as Rowlatt Act. Then the heinous crime of British government, that was Jallianwala Bagh massacre. And then the Muslim leaders started a Khilafat movement. So Gandhiji make a compromise, a unity with Muslim leader, and finally Gandhiji started to declare a nationwide non-cooperation movement. The theme behind this non-cooperation movement was Gandhiji wrote a book in 1909, Hind Swaraj, and in that book he wrote, British government is ruling over India only with the cooperation of Indians. If Indians will not cooperate to the British government, it will be difficult to British government to rule over India. That is why, to awaken the people, Gandhiji toured throughout the country with Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali, and Gandhiji organized meeting, told to people about satyagraha, about non-violence, and about truth. So, with the help of truth, non-violence, and satyagraha, Gandhiji started non-cooperation movement. Rest I will discuss you in second part. Thank you.